Oh, 10 seconds. Can Ronefelt win this one and therefore win the European Championship, or we have to wait till 3 o'clock this afternoon to have a proper go at it? One mistake will take it out of him, but no one made a mistake last time round. They get away, and again it's 1, 2 and 3, get off 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 have got off, so it's Ronefelt from Canas from Coelho, who did take off that colourful painted body and put back on his plain white one for the race. Ronefelt again starts very well and immediately establishes a couple of seconds of, a second of a lead. Canas never managed to get closer than this in the entire first 10 minutes of the first leg. They all spin round the HPI the first time. 1, 2, 3, but now in fourth place, it's the sixth machine of Marco Barufalo. So it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, is the 1, 2, 3, 4 from the finishing order of the race, leg one. And I'm afraid for British fans, Bloomfield's had problems again. As Ronefelt now putting down some pace. And this is going a very similar pattern to leg one. Ronefelt got some gap, and Coelho was all over the back of Canas till Canas just found some speed in the middle. But actually this time round, Canas has had a bit of a better 3 or 4 corners. He's now just easing it back towards Ronefelt. So Ronefelt, you'll see Canas in the background. As Ronefelt now comes over the jump with no name. He's going to take bounce, and he goes in and breaks hard. So at the end of that lap, that was a 34.4 against a 33.4 against a 33.5. So he gained a tenth of a second there, and his lead is already 1.3 seconds. It never got up to more than about 2 seconds the whole of the last race. And we have 10 minutes this to settle itself down. We're a minute and 19 down. Martin Bayer standing a bit too far forward there, I'd say, for his marshalling. Slightly in the way of our camera. So we see a big Czech person in the way of it as they go up the hill. That's Martin Bayer. The Canas holding on bravely, and again they're slightly dropping. The top two are slightly dropping Coelho and Barufalo. That time round it's a 33.4 against a 33.5 against. Another tenth of a second gained by Ronefelt. Oddly, that looked visually closer, but was actually further. So the foreshortening effect is quite remarkable. So Ronefelt is effectively 1/10 of a second faster than Canas, which means at the end of the race he'll be 1.9 seconds ahead or something like that. But Canas really needs to find something. Otherwise, Ronefelt is going to troll round to a relatively unchallenged European champion. And certainly Canas lost some time there on the HPI drifter, because you saw how suddenly Coelho got much nearer, and that time round 34.4, 33.4, 33.9, 33.3. Actually, last time round Coelho was faster than a lot of them, but a 6/10 loss. Almost all of that was lost on the drift section. Just suddenly didn't hook up properly, and Canas now needs to put the pedal down, needs to really start pushing. And let's make Canas our focus for a while, because he's either going to get overtaken or caught up by Coelho, or he's going to move forward to Ronefelt, who's looked imperious and impervious at the moment. There goes Ronefelt, got some problems elsewhere, but this again, visually, to me that was a better lap. 33.7, 6/10 of a gain there, so slightly slower lap for Ronefelt and a slightly fast lap for Canas, 33.1, though he lost a bit actually immediately turning right onto the X-ray triple, but he's now going to get close enough to start really irritating the peripheral vision of Ronefelt. The Swede, though, not really been irritated by other cars recently. He's more often irritated by his own either mistakes or mechanical problems. He doesn't crack under pressure, this driver. Ronefelt really doesn't seem to have an issue of being chased or followed. He had a problem 3 or 4 years ago when he was much younger. The pressure got to him. There was a famous race where he kind of almost threw it away by crashing before he won his first European Championship back in Reims in 12. But since then, or 13, that pressure thing's not got to him. But he does make mistakes sometimes when he's going full whack, not because there's a car there, and he does occasionally have problems. We lose the number 5 car of Berton. He does occasionally have problems where he loses a bit of mechanical stability. Now, actually, the cars are slightly condensing up. Coelho's managed to hold onto Canas much better than he has done before. Oh, we're correcting a problem we have. We're going to make sure that everyone knows his A final 2. That's all right. That's the biggest error we make about not logoing the A finals. Right, so these three have gone together. 33.7, 33.7, 33.3. Again, Coelho is like, but suddenly Canas gets great drive there, and he's right on the tail of Ronefelt, and suddenly we have a race on with still 5.50 to go. So we're not even halfway yet, and Ronefelt paid just a minor third of a mistake, or I don't know, a bit of lack of drive, and he was caught up. But suddenly now, amazingly, Ronefelt just stretches it out. And what he's done is actually pushed Canas into the gaping jaws of Bruno Coelho in the all-white X-ray, and suddenly, from being very close, he actually gained another 3/10 there, as Coelho and Canas get really close now. Now, Coelho's got some pretty good lap times here, but he's got a problem. He's got to get past Canas and then catch up Ronefelt, and Canas, who just drifted back there from Ronefelt, now is going back and bridging the gap to Ronefelt again. as Ronefalk was briefly challenged there and then said, no thank you, I don't want to be briefly challenged. He's off again. Almost toying with him, makes a tiny mistake himself there, but doesn't get away with it, and he's not always going to run through and straight through, and suddenly 1, 2, 3, Canas goes through. That mistake is going to be absolutely key. He looked wrong from coming down the start of those 3 corners. It's now Canas from Coelho, from Ronefalk. We'll see that one again in a second, but it's all very, very close. Canas has got away. Coelho now, and Ronefalk looking to get them. We need to be really on Ronefalk and Coelho at the moment, because that's where it's going to come. So look again now. So lap on. And now moving forward. So we'll look at that one at the end of the race to see what happened there. But so Canas from Coelho. And it's working really, really well for the Spaniard because he's got Bruno effectively playing shotgun here. 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Oh, that's a brilliant move by Ronefalk. Absolutely brilliant. But it's going to come out and it's tied by side. Oh, and they touch. But a superb 3-corner manoeuvre there by Ronefalk. And carrying on now. So he now needs to bridge the gap to our leader, and that is not very far. Coelho there as well. We've got 3 minutes 20 to go. Oh, he's made another mistake. Ronefalk makes a second mistake there. Down the hill. That's Crosby's undone. So Coelho's the man to be on because he's right in the middle. He's now moving back forward to Canas. So 2 mistakes from Ronefalk. Just when he's beginning to put pressure on Canas, he's made a second mistake. So Coelho now must think, right, I've got that irritating Swede off my back. Can I get up to the Spaniard and take this win? Can I get a win? At the moment, Canas, who hasn't put a foot wrong today so far, he just didn't have quite the speed last time. He has not made a mistake in 2 races. We've seen 2 mistakes this one from Ronefalk, both at the same point, both at the crazy golf corner, jump. He comes up the inside of the lapped car. He's going to stop again. And they are really, this is going to be a very popular win for the crowd, put it mildly. Got 2:20 to go. Canas needs to keep it on the island for those 2:20. Coelho now trying to gain, and actually has gained quite a bit this lap. Oh, from the crowd as Coelho has just found some real massive lap speed here. 0.6 of a second he gained that time. He can't do it every single lap, but individual laps, Coelho has the fastest car out there. No question of talent, this Portuguese driver in the all-white X. Oh, now he's rolled out and he's going to lose third. No, the battle is back on for second and third now. That's a freebie for Ronefalk. Gives him a chance to attack at Canas. And initially, Canas had a bad lap as well as another bad lap. So Ronefalk's now the man we should be with as he comes off the drifter because bad lap for Canas and a not particularly good lap for an awful lap for Coelho. And now Ronefalk is back on his tail again. He's only, 1.1 seconds back. So it's now Canas against Ronefalk. Ronefalk, who looked like he was out of it, of a chance of winning this, is back on with a chance of winning it. And Coelho's dropped way down. He's still in third, but 2 mistakes. But now it's the pressure. Can Ronefalk catch Canas? And the answer is yes. He's almost there already. And can Canas hold him off for 1 minute and 13, which is going to be, oh, come on, he can't do that. It's going to be 2 laps when they come round. So it's 2 laps from now. Canas has got the speed. It's just, has he got the mentality? He did win a European Championship B only recently, but he's got to hold this together. That time round, 33.5, 33.5, no gain either way. Ronefalk coming underneath on the moat. He can see in his sight where Canas is. He's got a lap and a half to get him. He's probably got the speed if he can just do 2 perfect laps. He's beautiful around that section, dropping off the drawbridge. He's but then he gets too tight coming off the exit, and Canas gets another couple of yards. Canas doesn't look as confident. I think but this time he did get the drifter very, very good indeed. So let's make Canas our focus now because he is going to be the man who has to make a mistake, I think, in this last lap. It's the last lap now 30 seconds. Can Canas hold it together and take the second of the A finals and take us to a third A final in about 3 hours' time? He was tentative coming out for the EFRA there, and he's losing a bit of space. He's probably tight. He's probably thinking, oh, I've got to hang on. There's a marshal running across to distract him. It's Bayer, but he comes in. That's one of the more dangerous sections gone. Ronnefalk bouncing away, taking that eye line, worrying him, coming in the air. And it's Canas now throws it in. If Canas can just get this next two corners, if he can line it up correctly here, if he can make this jump, if he can make the bump, if he can fly, and if he can turn right, Canas gets it! Huge career, huge cheer. Canas gets it from Ronnefalk, from Gahello. The final gap was, believe it or not, almost a second actually. So Ronnefalk gets it, so Canas gets it, Ronnefalk second, Canas, we go to the third leg, and I think we've got some replays to play from that earlier. So let's have a look at what happened first of all in the VRC Pro replay. What happened at the start, look, it just took off badly, rolled on. This is when he initially lost the lead, because the whole run up prior to that for Ronnefalk had not worked for him. As we go to a third leg, lots of happy people. This is the second replay, as they come through in the VRC, and it's just where he shoots up the inside. Beautiful overtaking manoeuvre on Gahello halfway through, and then it all comes tippy-tappy round the side. But the net effect was that Canas carried on being ahead. And finally, this is Bruno, who looked like he was going to win the whole thing, and he was catching up fast, and he just got this jump wrong, and it rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled. But the net effect of all this, as Ronnefalk went through, is that the winner of a really, really exciting second heat is one Canas, and we do get a third heat, which is obviously the thing we always ask for. We always say we don't care who wins as long as we get 3 legs, and that was an absolutely fantastic result and a fantastic race. You can hear the cheering in the pit area, quite brilliant, and it's great when you get a great race, and it sets up a great third final, which